Anin, how are you doing today? Messy hair don't care. uh, so, today I I would love to do these earlier in the day. However, I'm just right now more concerned with meeting myself where I'm at and creating an internal environment of love, right? I was just listening to The Biology of Belief by Bruce Lipton. And one of the last things that I was listening to that he said was that, we often focus on changing like the external, right? We can see what we don't like, right? This is why this mirror work is so important. We look in that mirror, we start to see things, and we're like, oh no, I don't like this. Our maybe wrinkles or bags or swelling or whatever that looks like, right? That is on the physical, on the on that is regarding your physical being, and the things again that we don't like. But in that environment of what we don't like, we can't heal in that environment. We need an environment of love. So it's so important. Again, that's why this mirror work, like for me, there are things that I, would love to change. I don't know. I don't know if the right way of saying it is like a glow up, right? Like I would love that. But not that there's anything wrong, but like that, for me, the first 20 years of my adulthood were spent, I worked a lot. And I'm a Red Seal journeyman steam fitter, pipe fitter. So when I was working, I was more concerned with building a wardrobe that would keep me safe and warm outside in the elements. So like lots of layers, and it is quite expensive to build up a wardrobe that you can wear outside for 12 hours a day. Sometimes 14 hours, sometimes 16 hours. And when you're working like 12 hours, that takes up all your time. Even if you're working where you live, I remember that when I was working, it was like sometimes if you're working a turnaround shutdown, you're working 3 weeks straight, the max amount of days straight that you can legally work, and then you get one day off, and that's your reset. And then you work max amount of days again, which is like 21 to, I think 24, I'm not sure. And it depends on like what kind of a contract that you're under and stuff like that, right? Different labor laws. Anyways, and then you're working 12-hour shifts, and maybe you're working night shifts. So even like if you're working 21 shifts in a row, 12 hours, night shift, I mean, it takes like a full week to recover after that, where you're just like sleeping and your body is just trying to regain some sort of normalcy. So I'm only saying this because for me, when I was working, um as a pipe fitter, I like, you're just working. I had lots of nice clothes and makeup and all of that stuff, but I spent all of my time working. So even when I had my time off, I was so exhausted. I barely like, wore makeup or anything other than sweatpants and sweatshirts. And not that there's anything wrong with that, or pajamas. Like I like being comfortable, but I'm not like that. It's not balanced, right? I also do enjoy dressing up. And there's a new show that I've been watching, Wear Whatever the F You Want. It's the updated version or the new version of what not to wear. And it was quite emotional because I think this happens to quite a lot of us. And not just because, if you're a pipe fitter or a tradesperson and you spend all your time working, but just even as parents, just sometimes you go through things in your life where, I'm at a point right now where I put clothes on my body just to put clothes on my body because I can't walk around naked. You know what I mean? Not because I feel good in what I'm wearing or because I think I look good in what I'm wearing. Stuff like that. So at this point in my life, like I have so much of it left to live and I'm ready for my glow up, if that makes sense. Like the fabulous outfits and like taking care of my skin and taking care of myself and my physical well-being, right? More so. That is something that I've neglected quite a lot. And that's how I started this. But again, the thought of that can be quite overwhelming. And until I have the inside in that environment of love, really doesn't matter what I do on the outside. Whatever's inside is going to be reflected. So that's why I'm starting here. That's why I'm starting with this mirror work and, really, really, working on that relationship with myself. So before we do anything else from day 3, I want us to grab our mirrors and do our affirmation from yesterday. So look at yourself in the mirror. Take a deep breath in and release. And use your name. So I'm going to say, Coralie, I love you. I really, really love you. 3 times using your name. Coralie, I love you. I really, really love you. Coralie, I love you. I really, really love you. Coralie, I love you. I really, really love you. And that's why I'm not worried about showing up with my messy hair, and this is where I'm at right now. And who else is here, like here with me. And who cares? This is the start of this new part of our journey. And this is where we're starting. So I love you. And I'm really grateful that you're on this journey with me. So day 3, I'm just going to pull out my glasses. Monitoring your self-talk. Today we learn more about changing the messages we give ourselves, clearing out negative thoughts from the past so we can live in the present moment. Now that we're on day 3 of our mirror work, are you feeling a closer bond with your friend? This friend. Have you been, just like extra, using your mirror? Are you feeling it? Are you creating that relationship? Coralie, you're so fabulous. I love you. I really, really love you. Each day, it will become easier to say our positive affirmations and truly believe them. The best way to love ourselves is to release all the negative messages from our past and live in the present moment. This moment. Don't worry about what happened before. Don't even worry about what happened yesterday. Don't even worry if someone said something ugly this morning. It's not yours. It's not mine. It's not ours. The best way to love ourselves is to release. Oh yeah, I already read that. So today, let's work with ourselves on changing what is called self-talk. What you say to yourself in your head. We're going to create an awareness around that. Too often we accept early messages from our parents, our teachers, and other authority figures. Were you told things like, stop crying like a baby or like a girl? Who heard that? Oh, you're crying like a little girl. Which how I remember being like, no, I'm not. Like that was so awful. Like even that message, You never clean your room, or why won't you make your bed, or what's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? And as parents, this is where some of our guilt can come in, because as we're going through this stuff, not only are we creating an awareness about regarding the beliefs that we created or were created when we were children, but then sometimes we start to see how we have perpetuated these onto our children. And so it's also, as we go through this mirror work, we also work on self-forgiveness and love, right? So there's like a whole big thing here that's going on. When you were young, you might have gotten the idea that you were acceptable only if you did certain things. You know, getting good marks, being prim and proper, and, manners. Like, my mom used to get highly, oh my gosh, your girls are so good, that we were so well behaved. Wow. You know what my favorite quote now is? Well-behaved women seldom make history. I am like, it's one thing to be polite and have manners. It's another thing to just conform like sheep, So yeah. Acceptance and love often were conditional, right? However, it bears remembering that others' approval was based on their ideas of what was worthwhile and had nothing to do with our own self-worth. You remember, what other people think about us is none of our business. These early messages contribute to our self-talk, though. The way we talk to ourselves inwardly is really important because it becomes the basis of our spoken words. And like the way we talk to us, especially when we continue these messages over and over and over again, they become our beliefs. They become our beliefs, which shape our perception of the world around us, which, as I'm learning, our perception actually changes like the way we are inside, right? And our perception of the world, it shapes how we internalize the world around us. So it's really important that's why this monitoring self-talk is so important. If we belittle ourselves, life is going to be mean. Wait, what? Life is going, If we belittle ourselves, life is going to mean very little to us. However, if we love and appreciate ourselves, then life can be a wonderful, joyous gift. So remember, the thing here is we're not worried about other people's opinions about us here. We're worried about our opinions of ourselves. So even if life has been hard, or maybe right now, you're really challenged in like, I feel so unsupported in the world, and whatever that looks like, just remember that right now, like, we get to change all of this just by creating that healthy relationship with ourselves and learning to change our inner dialogue, our self-talk. Which, if you follow me on Facebook or Instagram, I do daily affirmations. So yeah, check me out there as well. Anyways, so if your life is unhappy or you are feeling unfulfilled, it is very easy to blame our parents or them and say it's all their fault, right? However, if we do that, we stay stuck in our conditions, our problems, and our frustrations. And we get, like, we lose our power in that victim mentality, right? So, words of blame will not bring us freedom. Your words have great power, so start listening closely to what you say. So over the next 24 hours, really be mindful. Try to catch what you're saying all the time. Is everybody annoying? Are you constantly complaining about people, about yourself, about a particular person, about situations? Are you gossiping? Are you talking bad about people, or again, yourself? What does that look like? Start listening very closely to what you say. If you hear yourself using negative or limiting words, you can change them. One of my favorite quotes from Louise is, the point of power is in the present moment. Not even a minute ago, right now in this moment. So don't worry about it if you said something negative. Just let that go and change your thoughts now. If you hear yourself, sorry, I keep reading the same thing over again. If I hear a negative story, I don't go around repeating it to everyone. I think that it has gone far enough and I let it pass. However, if I hear a positive story, I tell everyone. When you are out with other people, really listen to what they are saying and how they are saying it. See if you can connect what they say with what they are experiencing, with what they say, with what they are experiencing in their lives. Many, many people live their lives in shoulds. We don't like that word, should. Quit shoulding all over yourself. Just kidding. But honestly, that's my favorite. Should is a word that my ear is very attuned to. It is as if a bell goes off every time I hear it. I have heard people say it as many as a dozen times in a single paragraph. I should do this. I should do that. These same people wonder why their lives are so rigid or why they can't leave a situation. They want to have a lot of control over things they cannot control. They are busy either making someone else wrong or making themselves wrong. You can practice positive self-talk during your mirror work, making only positive statements about yourself and repeating only positive affirmations. If any of the negative self-talk comes up from your childhood, you can turn it around into a positive statement. For example, you never do anything right could become the affirmation, I am a capable person and I can handle anything that comes my way. As you listen to yourself and others over the next 24 hours, you can become more aware of what you say and how you say it. This awareness will help you change your self-talk into affirmations that will nurture and heal your body and mind. What a wonderful way to love yourself. So let's affirm together. I release all the negative messages from the past. I live in the present moment. I release all the negative messages from the past. I live in the present moment. Last time. I release all the negative messages from the past. I live in the present moment. So now what we're going to do is we're going to grab our mirror, look at yourself, look into your eyes. Take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. And say this affirmation. Whatever I say to myself, I will say it with love. Look at yourself in the eyes. Whatever I say to myself, I say it with love. Whatever I say to myself, I will say it with love. One more time. Whatever I say to myself, I will say it with love. Keep repeating. So let's say it 3 more times. Whatever I say to myself in this mirror, I will say it with love. Whatever I say to myself in this mirror, I will say it with love. Whatever I say to myself in this mirror, I will say it with love. Is there a moment that you heard as a child? Sorry, I keep reading things wrong. Is there a statement that you heard as a child that still sticks in your head? Maybe something like, you're stupid, or you're not good enough, or whatever else comes to mind. Take time to work with negative statements and turn them into positive affirmations. So, for example, some things that I heard: you're nothing, you're stupid, no one likes you, you're ugly. So I will turn those into positive affirmations. And as you do this, like, I want you to sit down and make a list of 5 things. If there's not 5 things, then you don't have to. But make a list of 5 things that stand out to you, negative messages that you internalized. So again, mine would be, I'm stupid, you're stupid, you're ugly, you're nothing, nobody likes you, and well, honestly, like making fun of my weight, you're fat, So I would turn those into positive affirmations. Looking in my mirror, I am smart. I am beautiful. I am special. I am important. I am worthy of love. I am healthy. I love myself. I love my body. Does that make sense? So I would like you to spend a couple of minutes. You can set a timer again. Take your affirmations, your negative things that people said often, and change them into positive affirmations. Choose 1 or 2 of those next and say them over and over again. Keep saying them until you feel comfortable with them. So, I am smart. I am loved. I am safe. I am supported. I am worthy of love. I love myself. I love my body. I am so grateful my body keeps me safe. I am grateful that I get to experience the world around me with my body. I love my body. I nourish my body with good food. Does that make sense? I want you to say the affirmations over and over and over again. Each time you pass a mirror, see your reflection in a window throughout the day, stop and repeat those loving affirmations. You are beautiful. Coralie, I love you. Coralie, you are worthy. I am beautiful. I am smart. I can do whatever I want to do. I am successful at anything I try. So keep doing that, please. So the journaling exercise. Number 1, did you repeat a negative story today? Write down how many times you repeated it and how many people you told it to. Now write down something positive you can tell those people tomorrow that will help them feel better about themselves and everyone around them. I didn't repeat a negative story today, however, I kind of did in my head. I got sucked down a hole of looking at negativity. Number 2, write down the word should And next to it, make a list of words to use instead. You might start with the word could. So there's a should could exercise we do. And write down again like 5 shoulds. Like I should wake up earlier. I should, go for a walk. I should eat healthier. I should drink more water. Just feel the energy. Sit with the energy as you create your list of the shoulds that you have. The list of shoulds. Just sit with that energy. Now I want you to use the word could. And if I really wanted to, I could. If I really wanted to, I could wake up earlier. Why am I not waking up earlier? Because I really don't want to right now. Or maybe because I'm sabotaging, or whatever that looks like. I'm tired. I need rest, whatever that looks like. If I really wanted to, I could go for a walk. If I wanted to, I could go back to school. If I wanted to, I could eat healthier. And then sit in that energy of changing the word from should to could. And do you notice a difference? For me, the word should really feels like I have less control. I almost feel like shame, like I'm not doing something that I should be doing, kind of like blame, like you should, like very like finger pointing energy versus if I wanted to, I could. I don't want to, right? It feels more like I have control over what I want to do. I get to decide what I want to do. And a lot of times when we start making those lists, and then asking ourselves, okay, if I wanted to, I could go back to school. And then ask yourself, so why aren't you? Maybe it's because I don't want to. Maybe the real reason we're not doing the things we should be doing is because we don't want to do them. Maybe it's somebody else's idea of what we should be doing, and we've just adopted it to be our own, but it's not even ours. So just try that should could exercise. If you want, you can also send me an email to cora@thematriarchmedicine.com, and I can share these exercises with you or send a message. And like the exercise says, are there any other words that give us more power than the word should? So again, could would be a good word, right? If I wanted to, I could. I could do this if I want to. Or what is a should? I should wake up earlier. I don't know. Just create a list. If there's other words, but could is like the biggest one. Post several of the new affirmations you learned today on your mirror. So again, like you can write them on your mirror, use little post-its of the new affirmations you created from the negative affirmations that you adopted and learned and is your self-talk, your internal self-talk. Put them all around your mirror so that you can practice every single time you see them. So the heart thought for today. Most of us have foolish ideas about who we are and many rigid rules about how life should be lived. Let's remove the word should from our vocabulary for good. Try not to use that word. Should is a word that makes prisoners of us. Every time we use should, we are making ourselves wrong or someone else wrong. We are, in effect, saying not good enough. You're not good enough what you're doing, so you should be doing something else. What can be dropped now from your should list? Replace the word should with the word could. Okay, sad. Could lets you know that you have a choice, and choice is freedom. You need to be aware that everything we do in life is done by choice. There is really nothing we have to do. We always have a choice. So the meditation for today, you deserve love. So I want you to take 3 deep breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth. Another one in through your nose and out through your mouth. And one last deep breath in through your nose. And as you exhale through your mouth, let your eyes close and relax your body. And now see yourself surrounded by love. See yourself happy and healthy and whole. See your life as you would like it to be, putting in all the details. Know that you deserve it. Then take the love from your heart and let it begin to flow, filling your body with healing energies. Let your love flow around the room and around your home until you are in an enormous circle of love. Feel the love circulating so that as it goes out from you, it returns to you. Love is the most powerful healing force there is. Let it wash through your body. You are love. And so it is. I love you. I hope you have a beautiful day. Kigawaba Minapi, Kisha Wienemin. I'll see you later. I love you.